Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and Tangent a lot. Today I'm joined by Gustav the 13th
Yep.
and GamingEmblem.
Howdy, howdy.
So guys, how was your past week?
It's been okay. If I sound like a crazy person, it's because I'm doing clan match practice right now with people. So, actually, that's been one of the bigger things. Just trying to get more clan stuff in. Besides that, Near Automata, we're still on Route B. I get the feeling that this is going to be a pretty meaty playthrough, so get ready for that to be the secondary game of the day for a while. And outside of that, just trying to keep up with social media, a lot of recordings and stuff like that. What about you guys?
Yeah, no, as far as mine goes, kind of more the same. So been playing Pokemon Unite and putting backburnering SRW30 because I'm super temperamental with my games. But yeah, we're grinding through the anniversary just like everybody else. Got some good progress. We'll probably talk about it a little bit during the podcast, but we got some clan matches in with like clan members to push the new clan daily or weekly, I guess you would say, up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the clan practice matches are helping out in that regard too, just from multiple perspectives. But it's pretty good. The guys in the clan have really started to kind of at least some of them have started to get together and kind of practice of their own volition, which is kind of the direction that I wanted the kind of clan practice stuff to go. So hopefully they kind of keep up that momentum and stay at it. But more importantly, though, this is not so much about me and more about the community in general. But I started my Super Robot Wars 30 giveaway on my channel, and you can go to my twitch.tv/GamingEmblem online internet video game channel and type an ! giveaway, or maybe if we aren't breaking like YouTube rules or something, I don't know how that stuff works, you can check the description and find the link that Magnum is going to post in the comments of the video that will let you sign up for the giveaway, where you essentially go in and follow my channel and push all of my social media like interest for entries for a chance to win a video game on Steam. So it should be pretty neat. I was a little bit worried though, because I've never really gifted Steam games out of the United States, so I wasn't really sure how it works. But from doing a little bit of reading, it sounds like as long as the value difference isn't 10% or something, I'm not really sure how that works if they're like converting the stuff, but I'm sure there's a reason behind it. I'm sure like some games in other regions don't cost like 1-to-1 of what their US dollar counterparts would be and stuff. But as long as it's within a 10% margin of the purchase price of the person is gifting it, you can gift it to somebody else in a different region, I guess, supposedly. So I'm going to stop saying just NA and we'll open it up to everybody but Venezuela because they don't get the game. So, yeah. Sorry, Venezuela. I literally can't help you. Yeah. So, looking pretty good. I'm getting pretty hype. I try to push it whenever I can, just so people know. We're getting close to like 100 entries already. I was checking before the stream and I saw a EG Magnum entry. And they don't tell me who enters. It's all like asterisked out. But if you log in with something, it shows your logo. So I saw Magnum's logo. I was like, oh, there's a Magnum entry. But yeah, good week so far. Can't complain.
By the way, though, as far as those giveaway things, the way I always understood it, like from where I was trying to get, now obviously this is bigger dollar values, but like graphics card or anything like that, I was always looking at those giveaways, and all I just remember is like them saying like, yeah, some countries don't want you to have nice things, so you can't give away stuff those. So I think there is a couple that you just can't actually give away stuff in, but yeah, weird stuff there, but who knows? I could just be talking out of my ass right now, but yeah.
Right. Like, it just seems that way, at least on the surface.
Yeah, from what it seems from those, I'm just like, yeah, there's probably some out there. I don't know what the what kind of problems could run into with that, but either.
And
yeah.
I didn't do any like global research or anything, but everything I saw for like most areas, like some places allow you to do purchases to get entries. Most places don't. But the big thing, which I don't know, I don't know if everybody on Twitch is breaking the law when they do sub giveaways like that.
Breaking the law.
But everything I could find, I could not find any way to like, circumvent the whole no purchase necessary thing. So I just decided to say screw it and just go with free entries because I don't want to take any chances. But yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. If I'm into podcasts next time and there's bars in front of my screen, you know what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna actually ask you what you found, but yeah, like the sub giveaway thing, I was like, how does that work? Yeah, because I was thinking about.
Yeah, because a lot of people do it. So I really didn't think about it too much. I was like, okay, I'll just do a sub giveaway, show some appreciation for everybody that supports me, and support a game series I like as well. And in the back of my mind, no purchase necessary was a thing. I was like, well, everybody does it. What's the problem? And then people in my Discord brought up. It's like, I might as well do some research, but I couldn't find anything that would make it not seem like it wouldn't be okay. But hey, if anybody watching knows anything more about that, if you're like some crazy sweepstakes lawyer, like feel free to let me know. I'd love to hear more about
that
it.
one.
Yeah, for real.
But
my Google Foo has taught me this.
But because I thought about doing some of the same stuff with like Humble Bundle things.
Oh,
like
right.
just a bunch of random codes just sitting around from different things. So I'm just like, I thought about doing something with that. Or, the other thing.
Hey,
is,
as long as there's no purchase necessary, you're good to go, as far as I could tell.
The only thing for me, as far as the giveaway that I thought about doing kind of recently, is more for the GBO specific and my clan being like doing a competition essentially. So, but like that's I think
that's
a
contest
fine.
of skill, Magnum, and actually in a lot of places you can actually run a contest of skill. And beginning at the look, but some places allow you to charge an entry fee for those type of things. Others don't.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's literally called contest of skill. Look up your state laws for it and see what
that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, actually, that's a contest.
When I said I did a lot of research, like I was looking into everything I could to make it work.
Nice.
Bowling contests have their own laws as well.
Wait,
yeah, depending on where you are.
Dude, I used to bowl, so yeah, I'm like, what? I had no clue about this. What is this? Interesting. But yeah, so but anyway, for my past week, Gundam things. Been playing more games. Tried some Apex, Chad. Tried some Tarkov again. It worked. It actually worked.
I saw Ouchie's video of your like first kill or whatever.
Oh yeah, my first kill back was just a guy that was a paid actor. I mean, not a paid actor.
Oh no!
Thank you, paid actors. Oh, so Magnum shot Ouchie. That's fucked up. Okay.
Oh no, he's the one who shot me. In the Tarkov so far, I have not team killed him. See, that's my excuse for why I killed him so much.
There
in
we
Halo.
go.
Had to make up the difference.
Yeah, and that's why I had to kill him so many times in Halo, because there's actually loss in a game like Tarkov. But but yeah, Tarkov though, I'm so glad it actually runs better now, and it wasn't my ISP. I was afraid it would be just my ISP, and not just my dying laptop. So I'm glad it was the dying laptop there. And but yeah, other than that, been trying every other game. Phantasy Star looks amazing now, and tried Braver. Pretty cool. You either do really like, it's got an interesting rotation. You just put on like a dot, essentially, for lack of a better way of putting it, and then you buff that dot, or you stand there and pull back the bow, and then really pull back the bow finally until it's fully charged a second time, and then you just chunk a broken enemy. I literally just have a crappy bow on right now, and I'm hitting for like 2.4k. So when something's broken, one of those big bosses. So it's like, yeah, it's that's some big damage. I don't even want to know what somebody with like a
bully mode
fix a Termina, whatever it is, whatever one is hitting right now. They're probably hitting like 5K or something with like plus 40 and augments.
Tasty crits.
Yeah, I have like no augments. But yeah, other than that, other than trying Braver out, this is really cool. I've already got it to like 15 or 16 now, so it's I didn't realize how fast it was to level things once you had
Max
things
level
later on.
dailies OP.
Yeah, right. So the dailies are kind of gross. And did you see the limited stuff with the SG and the new
Yeah, I need to
weeklies?
actually get on there.
600,000 Meseta just for doing the weeklies? Like what? Or is it 800,000? It's something like that now. It's gross
That's
amounts
not
of
bad.
money. So
The economy's gonna be ruined though. Like things are gonna be
Oh yeah.
like
oh yeah.
ship 2 prices or whatever when we're on in no time. Like 100 billion Meseta.
Yeah, like the new weapons for the Braver are already like 2.4 mil per specific 4-star weapon as far as like the best stuff right now. And the other stuff that's kind of okay is at least anywhere from 200 from like the Florist or Galto, the worst things, or like I think Resurger is like 700, 800,000. But then you get into like the Strago stuff and it's like 2.4 million or whatever. I think it's down to like less than 2 million now, which is ridiculous to say. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a ton of money.
So hopefully in a week that goes down significantly, and eventually it'll be down to like 10,000 or something. I hope. But yeah. But yeah. Other than that, Path of Exile things, just enjoying the frames mainly is what I've been doing. Playing everything with all the
More
frames.
frames, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the Gundam things though, been playing the Sazabi today. Yeah, what do you guys think about it? Let's go and just hop straight into that. I guess I'll start off with I'm sad. It is better than I do have the figure here too.
Oof, oh no.
But here's the Sazabi
Feels.
and with the shield too. But and the ridiculous sword. Honestly though, by their demo, yes, it is bent. Plastic and a
been
anyway.
smacking around a lot of generals.
There's a lot of new
Striker style all day.
But like for real,
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, the thing that's gross, and here's literally kind of my thing of why I'm like it's way better than the new, as far as like, or maybe not way better, but just like the defining thing of why it's better. I found a support, and they tackled in front of me, and just meleeing it with just neutral downswing, and then to neutral. I missed the last neutral because I was too high, and I would have killed the support. Like that right
sucks,
there.
Magnum.
Like that's awful.
Yeah, I need to lay off the edibles.
That's disgusting. Let's not be high enough.
He's too high in this case.
Oh my god!
Cut it out.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well played. Boo!
Puns.
Boo! Boo this man.
You guys don't appreciate comedy.
You guys don't appreciate fine art.
But yeah, yeah, it's kind of rough out there as far as like now that this thing's in there for support. I mean, pretty much unless you have a shield or unless you're stacking on the melee res, like most of the supports just get destroyed by this thing.
It's a little rough. I mean, I've been seeing, and we've been doing it because like I said, we're doing climb practice right now. But like HMLs and C1s haven't been doing too bad, just because they can at least escape or try to escape in some cases, and they also have, like in the case of the C1, that heavy stagger, or just like 2 main weapons that stun, because this thing only has maneuver armor 1, and it kind of has to keep at least a little bit still to do most of its shit when it actually wants to do damage.
Well, I just saw a comment. Honestly, new can do the same to supports. I mean, I played a lot of support when the new was out, and unless I was getting stunned by multiple news, Like, they couldn't just knock me over and kill me. This is like, I didn't even shoot him.
Yeah,
Like, that was the
the
thing. I didn't even shoot
combo.
the support, and I almost killed him. So
you just one combo meleeing people out is pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
striker shit. The striker shit
Mm.
that this can do is disgusting.
like
Like undeniably.
Like that was my thing. If I added in any of the shotguns and then before, that would have done it. The melee, the missing the third melee was, or the technically that would have been the fifth melee, but missing that last melee wasn't even the thing that could have ended it there. And then they got up and I locked on with the funnels and they died. So that's kind of the thing. Literally anything else I would have done would have killed that support. So. So I didn't even get a full combo off essentially, and that's my problem. Like, whereas if I'm in the new, I get the build up stagger into the shield, then melee a couple of times, shoot some more, and they're pretty much dead, right? But the thing is, they normally have a chance to do something back. In this case, if I just didn't suck, then they would have had no chance to do anything back. So that's kind of my thing.
I know when I was fighting, because I played a bunch of raid games in 700 with my 650 Cubile the other day. Like, most of the teams were pretty much full new, and there was just no point. And then, granted, I did have a 5 general defense bonus in most of those games, like 4 to 5. So like new downswings were barely breaking 2K on me whenever they would actually hit. And, God forbid the rest of their piddly damage. So I was just on a new murder spree. But we only played one game last night, so I can only really compare multiple games against the new to one game with the Sazabis. But the news just never felt scary. If they put their shield on, most of the time, if I walked up and smacked somebody with my beam saber and they had their shield on, I guess I just don't expect people to just run up and hit them in the face. Nobody would ever tackle. Yeah, they'd be like, "Wait a second, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to panic and shoot my shield." It's like, no, I'm gonna hit you with my beam saber. So I would just do that, but I don't know. I don't think the new is gonna be fine. I think with the knowing now the kit and everything else, I think we'll probably get we'll probably still see a decent mix of new Gundam and Sazabi. I'll pull back on thinking of new Gundam will be a one of. I think I could still see it later down the line becoming your one-off blue maybe, with your Sazabis being more like the Unga Bunga frontliney types.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with just 2 right now, this week we'll probably see a decent mix. Obviously, it'd be favored in Sazabi because new suit or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But if we get a raid or support next week and it's not another general, I think it'll kind of even out with what we see, just because the shield is nice and whatnot.
Suddenly, the striker shit won't matter because priority, and they'll just be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be
and
the
they're gonna
question
actually just bring people back to their senses, I guess.
This is an Unga Bunga game, okay? You need to play the Unga Bunga suit. You get one shooty guy.
But the Sazabi's the Unga Bunga. Ow! And they just get hit by the raid. No, but...
Oh, you sent me an invite. Okay, I'm in right now trying to actually combo, and I'm like, how did I combo in the moment last night when I'm failing to combo on a Lurch that's laying on the ground in front of me right now?
The combos on this are gross, and the big thing is that the big saber is really fucking big, grossly big.
Yeah, honestly, from looking at it from behind, it doesn't feel like it's that long, and honestly, from the model, it looked very small compared to honestly this right here that I have from the the model, the figure that I have, this, I was like, man, this thing is huge and it's gross. This is gonna be a crazy saber. And then when I see there on the screen right now, it's like, well, that doesn't look like it's that long, I guess. And then I'm like, and then I just from a mile away cut the MLRS in half, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's a lot longer. And then you walk to like your left, and it like goes off the screen, or to your right rather, and it
Yeah.
goes off the screen. You're like, oh, it's just the angle. Okay, the from the stream when they showed it off, the angle was just got it. Whoop.
Like, no,
But,
yeah, actually, it's fucking huge.
or like
They
yesterday,
actually,
yeah, like
like the side swing. If you ever have anyone around you, like I've noticed, and I've done this a couple times, like you can make it look like you're trying to just boost past somebody and like pass them on the right or left, and just like smack them upside the head, and then just whip it around for the downswing. But I think people are already starting to learn a little bit because now they're just staying further back instead of trying to like keep at a certain perimeter where they can still swing at you. It's like, nah, I can just tackle if he does that.
yeah.
I do kind of wonder though, like, have you had any instances where you kind of bait people out with the range? Because you can neutral
Oh
with
yeah,
the long beam
the
saber.
neutral is gross. Like I'm always surprised with how much that tip can catch. That sounds really gross,
Right.
but it's hilarious.
Innuendo.
Because after that you can just go into striker shit. You can just go in with the doubles. If you don't even really want to knock them over, you can just keep doing like neutral side, go in with the doubles, and then maybe knock them over with the saber after the fact. But by then, especially with how fast suits are, unless your entire team is wiped, someone else is gonna come in with like follow funnels or shoot them with a shotgun or something else. Like suits that get held still more than ever, like aren't long for this world.
Yeah, everybody has so much damage at a range.
That's why I think that like the new still has some value with that shield and just its general survivability, but like if it can't get any of that going, especially if it's being held still like that or getting shot from the outside, then like it's irrelevant. It just all depends. Things happen so fast in 700. Like the first rated match that I had was just and then everyone's dead. Like literal seconds, people just strikering each other to death and funnels flying everywhere, and then silence.
So everybody's
I've had that
on their
too.
respawn time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I will say this too. Like just I feel like it's hard not to just compare this to the new, but
Oh.
looking at the new, like just its weapons, if you want to just kind of one-to-one the weapons, for instance, the beam rifle is cool for just being able to just spam it a couple of times to get that build-up stun, which is kind of nice and just decent damage. I haven't really paid attention to my damage from the actual shotgun of the Sazabi, so I mean it's but 320 per bullet coming out. I mean, if you have 3 of those, if you hit with 3 of them, you're already doing more damage than the or wait, is it 4? Does the new shoot 4 times? 3 times? Either way,
4.
you hit 4, then you're already doing more damage than the new essentially. So, oh wait, no, it's never mind. I just did a dumb. But yeah,
Green.
yeah. Depending on how many it is, then either way though, so that's still 3,000. No, 2,800 from the new. So you can get close to that with the Sazabi. Then if it has 16 bullets like a normal shotgun, that'd be interesting.
It has 8.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Okay, well, so the beam rifle you can do more damage with the new. Then if you compare the follow funnels to the Vulcans, though, those just win.
Although to be fair, at this point, like a lot of news aren't even using the rifle anymore. They're typically just rocking bazookas and shit.
Bazooka, yeah. So I mean, even looking at the bazooka wins straight up for the damage. So
And the
main
bazooka's
weapon,
grody.
the main weapon, the new definitely kind of wins for damage. But I mean, it's a shotgun. Like shotguns are. There's a reason why we say no fun gun. Like they're just gross. But yeah, but damage wise though, the funnels definitely have the Vulcan speed. And okay, so Then you have the tensor stuff. You actually just do more damage outright. The funnels on the back of the new, which kind of sucks. And if you just kind of want to do the shield gimmick for more damage, then you just have more damage with the like Sazabi's mega particle thing. Like that thing's just gross, and it's a shotgun, so I don't know. Then it does striker thing.
I will say, according to this, the way the weapon works isn't shotgun like. It may just have a big hitbox, because it just shows it's two beams that fire out.
The mega particle. Yeah, I mean that seems to be the case since you have to hit with both to get an actual stun. It's not individual bits or like pellets.
Oh, so does it just say 50%?
It looks like it because of the effect, but like you have to hit with both in order to actually get the stun.
Curious then
So,
if it's a 50% thing.
I will say
honestly,
this though,
considering how they fucked up the rifle with the spread pattern spread anyway, like having that be the way it is on the gut beam would have been atrocious. Like because the thing that they wanted with this, it seems, is that like both of those chunk really hard and you get the stun pretty much guaranteed if you actually have it steady. So
and with the particle beam as well, it might just be firing really fast. But according to what the wiki is saying, each individual shot is 2 blast.
yeah, you can't.
And I mean like 2 times 2. Like each shot is 2 blast, and you fire it twice, so you're shooting 4 projectiles.
Oh, okay. What's the percentage?
And like Pulsar was mentioning, you can't actually like cancel it. 45.
So that's probably why the first one doesn't stun, or first 2, I guess. So you have to hit with 3 out of your 4 shots in order to get a stun off.
Okay. So you could just cancel it just for some damage, but at that point, there's not really a point to.
No.
And I've heard it's very hard.
Yeah, it's like you'd have to have like frame perfect canceling just.
Yeah, as I know, Gear was practicing with it, and he said he was able to do it a few times. So it's like really tight.
Yeah.
I guess the bigger thing too is just like, I guess you could follow it with a shotgun, but the shotgun is actually a shotgun. So like, if you don't get enough pellets on in that space of time anyway, you're not gonna get a stun. You don't really have like Vulcans or anything to follow up that initial like pulse with on this, unless, especially since, and I guess we'll get into it in a second, the funnels have really low buildup.
Yeah, they don't really. Yeah, they're just there for damage more than anything. But then you have the shield missiles though. So if you miss a lot, I just go to the shield missiles after that, because it doesn't have as, it has a pretty short ready up time. Follow up with that. So awkward as anything else to fire out of, because they're still coming out of the shield tip, and this shield's longer than the news. I'd hate to see a beam fired out of this.
I wish the beam saber. We were talking about it during the podcast before, but I still wish the beam saber was attached to the shield, and not just like in its hand.
It'd be cool if it had a striker thing too,
right?
And just like that's just swoosh out.
Magnum, do you want me to go ahead and go over some of the stuff about the suit?
I guess we could before we get it. I've been.
Do you want to do the match first?
I've been showing it right here on the screen right now. So if we want to just go over the stats, and then we could do the little match, and I'll do like just one rated after.
Okay, I'll just go over the stuff that you wouldn't see on the game screen then, just real quick. So once the actual cycle frame kicks in, you get plus 10 speed, plus 10 boosting speed. Thrusters consumption is down by 25%. And your initial consumption goes down by 15. Turn speed goes up by 25 in both space and ground. It's just like the new Gundams, which makes sense. The second attack fall off damage is less. Instead of it being 50%, it's 70, which is 10 higher than the new Gundam. and the downswing modifier for the large saber is 150%. Everything else is the same. So 100 on neutrals, 75 on sides, and the double saber is 130 on it as well. I'm glad they didn't lower that like they did with the Cubile. I think the Cubile is one of the suits that has 120 or something, or I might be thinking of a different one. I know there's one that has like the modifier reduced, but I always think it's weird whenever they reduce that. So we touched on 8 shots for the shotgun. The stagger value per shot is 18%. And the charge beam is 60% whenever you hit with that one. Let's see.
So you could done with the shotgun through damage control 1 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of nice. I was wondering how much they were since there was only 8. Yeah, how much are the funnels?
The follow ones or the pinch ones or both?
Both.
Okay. So it's it fires 6 shots 3 times, and each one is 3% on the pinch funnels. The follow funnels are also 3%, so you're not using this really to do much staggering, maybe. And it's also 6 funnels firing at once, but you can do 4 shots before it overheats. Yeah, that's not much at all. It's 18. Assuming you hit with all 3 in each shot.
Yeah, that's one thing. The new at least has a decent stagger rate with its side funnels. And what's the shield missile stagger rate?
35%. You fire 3 missiles.
I'm hoping a little more, but yeah, that'll work. That at least gets a support in front of you. Something.
Like everything about the suit. I know everybody, the way everybody's been talking about it so far with how it's set up, but from it feels like it's kind of weird. Hold on.
Rain.
That train's like, stop talking shit.
Well, I mean, I'm
okay. I think it's pretty much passed. Okay. I actually like the way the Sazabi and the new are. They honestly feel like I don't look at them and be like, these are broken generals that like step on the toes of the other classes so far anyway. I think they did a good job of translating the Sazabi's more melee feel and the fact that its funnels don't have like high stagger buildup, so they want you to use them more for poking.
Yeah.
It has the shotgun, which you can still do some like range poke or normal play by charging it, but they really want you to get in there and be like in the front. But you still have the general trade-off of being like a level 2 on your melee priority. So like you can still slap around and mess with each other. But if you try to like clash with a raid, latency aside, you should be losing those fights in melee. And I personally think, as far as like the class balancing goes, that's fine unless the raid's just completely busted, which is also fine. But
yeah, there might be a little bit of bias going on.
No bias here, of course. But like,
oh, shit.
Obviously, all of that is moot because they go bonkers and bananas on like everything else, especially 2 stars. But like, if we were in a vacuum where all the suits were like similarly balanced, like I personally like the way that the suits are set up, but that usually in a competitive sense, that means they're going to be subpar. So who knows?
I mean,
when Char's prototype Sazabi comes out and has priority 3 and is a general.
my thing though against like a raid, right? Like, you have a shotgun that has a 1.3 second cooldown, so it's like, I missed the raid once. Oh, there we go, got him the second time. Come here. You know, like, or you stun the raid, then they waste their dodge roll, and then you're like, okay, come here for your second stun. And that's kind of what I've been doing so far. Like, I saw a Gaplant, and I was just like, oh, you gonna learn today. I don't know why you... Wrong neighborhood, man. You done messed up. And then shotgun, you know, then they're like, get away from me. I'm like, nah, nope, shotgun again. And then
honestly, I think that's fine, right? Because you have to use your other tools to like create that advantage, rather than just being front loaded like the bald guy or something. And like, oh man, I missed my stun on the raid. Oh well, you know, I'll just throw an attack at him if he's attacking too. At worst, we'll bounce. You know.
Yeah, that is fair. Like, that is, you know, Mark II problems isn't going to happen. But I mean, again, I will say this though: we had the Cubalate problem, and Cubalate didn't have priority 3.
Had, yeah, I didn't need it at the time.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
and
the
everybody
same
thought the
thing
Cubalate was the most broken thing ever. So.
And then they fucking nerfed that into the ground and nobody liked it. And then it came back anyway just because it was able to do all this other shit, so.
And that's how I feel with this. I mean, you got the shotgun, which is gross. You got the build-up from the Mega Particle Cannon. And if I see a raid and I hit them with the shotgun or even the Mega Particle Cannon, they're halfway dead already. Like, melee is just bonus at that point. If they can get away from me, then I'll just, you know, attach the funnels onto them, which just does pretty gross damage for it being able to hit 3 times. And then I'll, you know, hopefully get another stun with the shield, or go back to the shotgun if I didn't use it twice already. And then, you know, if I hit a melee at all and knock it over, then it's like, okay, well, you're dead. Raid's dead. Moving on. I mean, that's my thing with it. Like, the melee's just been icing for me so far. I've been trying to use it more.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the Sazabi, like, all your other weapons are just an excuse to get in there with melee. Like, it's definitely one of those things that brings it back around to, like, you still have to bung in this game, stupid. And it's just like, okay, thank you. I guess I'll go in there. Because, like, otherwise you literally have 2 weapons, one with insane reach and the other that can just chain into the other really easily, that you're just not using. It's damage on the table at that point.
This is Guilty Gear, not Call of Duty.
Oh, no.
You know what's funny, though, is that I've noticed in some of the newer dudes that are hanging out in the category, a lot of them are literally just using this as a waiting room for evolution because they're shooter bros. Like, that's just what they grew up in. They're just what they're used to.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can just kind of get in there and, like, kind of be at home, like, they definitely got their fingers crossed for the release. Some of them are trying to get into beta even.
Well, that's like, too, I've been hearing that a lot. Like, as soon as Evolution was announced, people are like, well, GBO2 is dead to me. Time to move on. You know, third-person shooter is cool and whatnot, but if I'm gonna have classes and it's gonna be kind of MOBA anyway, let's go ahead and swap to something that actually does have abilities and classes.
Like a real class team game.
Good old
instead of
American FPS, please.
So,
well, the interesting thing is, and I was talking about this the other day in the stream, is that and maybe someone who plays more Gundam Online, like the other one that they've been running, I don't know if those classes have type advantages or disadvantages in terms of just being able to do more damage to each other. But considering this, Emvon and Evolution right now, this is the only game that really does that out of the group, while having classes be that rigid. So that in and of itself almost kind of feels like a relic, or just a very hardcore, like, I can't even say Japaneseism, because, like, all these other studios aren't like Western that are handling these. So it's just a really weird thing with this game in particular. It's almost like too RPG-ish compared to others, by just having I guess what you'd consider like a weakness table or a weapon triangle. And that, with them actually having stats based on what classes they are, especially since we're just talking about hard specs for suits, I think it's kind of grated on a lot of people from day one. For other people who are used to games like this, or maybe if they missed like the Days of Armored Core, where like certain setups would actually set them up to have to move and like work a certain way, we're kind of fine with it. But you're talking about a niche within a niche at that point, where it's like hardcore mecha fans who also specifically like Gundam that are hoping for an engine like this for a long time for Gundam. And everyone else who just kind of casually likes Gundam, maybe they got into it like in the Western sense from like Toonami or Adult Swim. There's more recognizable suits in Evolution. It plays towards things that people are more used to in terms of it being a shooter. It still has class-based stuff. It's still pretty tight and can be competitive. So like, I do hope it does well. I don't know about it actually killing GBO2 maybe in the West, but like something that I've brought up before is that the streams for this on the Japanese end on like YouTube and stuff are pulling in like hundreds of people like every day.
Yeah.
So just dead for you guys, but like in the grander sense, it's still gonna be here. It just kind of goes to show that like a lot of Eastern things just aren't for us. You know, and in this case, profit wise and stuff, they could hardly give a shit. Like it's fine for them because they're still making bank off all of us whaling any damn way.
Right.
So yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting ecosystem. If anything, I'm just more excited that there's actually gonna be this many functioning titles at once. Now, if online suddenly announces that it's gonna be like discontinued or something, that's gonna be a little sad. I know I dog on it for being ancient, but like obviously they still have a player base. Obviously, people it's the closest we've ever gotten to like a mass scale Gundam game that I've actually wanted. You know, coming from a background of like liking Battlefield and stuff as like when I was younger. That concept's really nice. I just want it in a more updated version. So if we really wanted it to mock up anything, I would have rather have been Battlefield over Overwatch. But
yeah,
the fact that they have such a good spread of suits from different IPs and stuff, and that their abilities and ultimates actually seem to make sense and can be kind of like gelling well together, that in itself is kind of an accomplishment. Like I can dig that.
Also, there doesn't seem to be like a dedicated healer class kind of thing, so
Yeah, like most of the classes kind of can do healing either on an individual level or just like small dots and stuff for each other.
We're talking about evolution because it looks like the Methodist is pretty much mercy.
Oh really? Does it have that kind
Yeah, it has a heal tether.
Oh, that's right, because it doesn't. It's not the heavy. I don't think it has the clay or anything, right?
Oh well, maybe they do.
At least
then.
I didn't see it.
Okay,
yeah,
I didn't.
So
I
it's
didn't.
just
I
like,
didn't see the methods.
It's straight up just pistoletto and like transformations, so it can move.
Yeah,
and it tethers with the transformation. I'm assuming.
Yeah, they never really like showcased the methods during the stream. You literally had to like watch for bits and pieces during other suits gameplay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed the methods. I'll have to go back and look at that again.
Yeah, there was there's analysis videos for it and stuff too. And I'm sure after the betas become like open, people will be able to talk about it more because the closed betas are probably gonna have an NDA. But
oh yeah, I'm sure.
For sure.
700, I guess this is just us talking about this just because of how bonkers 700 can potentially be, and it's kind of the same feeling that we had when 650 first started, especially with the Keyblade and all that stuff. So this right now, it feels more tame. I still feel like the Sazabi and New probably could have been jacked up a lot more than they were in terms of just like the stuff that they have. There's a lot of little caveats and stuff that make them feel like a little bit more Bizarro World for the fact that they're 4-star suits. But I can't say that that's a bad thing, especially considering like the other suits that they're bringing in the meantime to fill out 700 from the previous costs and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of said it yesterday, right before you, or wait, that after you, it was after you rated, I think, and I was saying it. I almost kind of wish they would just straight go with making their own new meta almost at 700 and just coming up with a new level of suit, especially since there's a 4-star thing, because I still don't think this is like what a 4-star could be or would justify it. Though, I mean, just even thinking of making a 4-star OP is also like just straight up just complete pay to win though. Like that would just literally
like
make
literally
it
be
entirely pay to win.
two 7 steps, right? 2 7 steps to get the guaranteed, especially if you weren't that lucky. That's a lot. That's a lot of money in 2 weeks.
And I
to throw down just to keep up with that meta, especially when they're doing 700 cost as their next clan match. So you're talking about a lot of hardcores already are probably, they spent it and they jumped in, but anyone who was ever like on the fringe about trying to get into that would definitely like start to fuss. So I get it. I get why they're trying to like balance things like that. I still agree that they probably could have jacked it up more just to like give us a real big show for 4-star suits in general, especially since these can't be the only ones that are like baseline here. I hope not. We'll still have to see, depending on the lifespan of the game. But like, this is technically in a whole new like era of suit. So
yeah, and they have to walk a fine
stronger
line.
showings.
Yeah, because they have to worry, like you said, it's where the game balance. They have to worry about giving people the feel that they're getting their 4 stars worth. Personally, I think they may have, I don't even know if to say urged aside of caution. I think because of that, it just feels like a good 3-star suit. But like,
as a 3-star suit, this is amazing.
Yeah, 3-star new 700.
These suits are kind of busted as 3-star suits.
It's like a good,
maybe not so
it's
much.
like a decent 2-star.
Nice. Well, the other thing too is I'm kind of conflicted too. Every time I bring that up, like they could just hit a reset button by just making them like 25,000 health, 26,000 health base with the same defense that they have already. Giving them the same damage or even 50-50 ranged and melee strength or something. Added another 2-part slots on each part or something. Like they could have went crazy. And again, though, that would be pay to win, and I really hate just paying for games like this in the first place, or even just pay to win in games. So that is definitely something that I've every time I mention that I'm like, yeah, but then there's that, so I'm kind of glad they didn't. So it's like I'm both. It's a very love-hate thing that I'm kind of glad they didn't go overboard, but man, I kind of wish they would since they added the 4-star. Because it kind of already facilitates people whaling more anyway. So I mean, at that point, but since they didn't, then it's like, okay, cool, I guess they didn't. So now there's more balance, and so far I like what they've done. I'm really curious to see what we get for a support and what we get for a raid, though, and that's going to be kind of my determining factor on what is 700 now and what is 4-star. But as a start, I have to agree that the 2 priority thing, I'm starting to like it more after what you said about them actually making really good generals. Yeah, I have to agree. These are really good 700 baseline generals as far as just balance goes.
Yeah, I guess in general it's just a little conflicted, right? Like it's good for once. It actually doesn't feel like it's super busted, but because of that 4-star, I kind of wish it was a little bit, at least for now. And especially, I guess, moving along a little bit, just the idea that we still have a couple weeks of this and like what the next suits are going to be, since they haven't really this kind of comes back into Magnum talking about how this anniversary seems very front loaded. What are the follow-up suits going to be? Are they really going to live up to this? Are they actually going to have similar step-ups? And are they going to be worth traversing if they actually do that?
Yeah, that's going to be the big question. I know the next one is like a bunch of half-off step-ups. So, like, is that, from what it sounds like, it's either just every suit or just everything's half-off, period. So I'm hoping to supports next week, so then I can, hopefully definitely get it this time without having to wait. But yeah, the half off one's kind of gonna be cool if all the banners are just half off. So if they just put in like the support one and they're like, here, have half off chances on whatever it is, or even if it's a raid though too, I probably would actually probably spin on it more than I'd at least do 110. But and then the one after that though is just the unobtained stuff, which I'm kind of like meh. I don't know. I feel like there's a secret 5th week one or something. It just feels very weird. But because last time it was a mystery, right? They didn't tell us what it is. Now they're not even telling us that there's a mystery if it is one. You know, I'm like,
we're like, well, that's actually all we got.
Yeah,
the rest is just you coasting. The rest of it is just you coasting on the rewards. Bye bye. See you next year. You're like, oh, what? What? Hold on.
But yeah, back more to the Sazabi though. There's our 4-star and 700 talk, I guess, out of the way.
Let's do that showcase match.
Yeah. Versing a raid. Let's see how bad I get destroyed.
Oh Lord.
Nah, you're gonna stomp me into the ground. Grind me to paste.
But I
Just
had the
barf
skills
everything
up there.
on him.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the hope. I did have the
Shit,
skills up there.
Hold on a second. I need to switch a couple of things around real quick.
Okay, well here I'll go over the skills real quick because I mean
go for it.
Other than the psycho frame stuff or right. Oh. Excuse me. It does have 1 dodge roll. Leg shock absorber level 3. Special leg buffer. Anti-blast stabilizer. It has it.
Hey.
The new, I'm pretty sure does not, right? I'm pretty sure that was one of my complaints. I'm like, why am I always getting stunned?
And also not MA, which makes me sad.
Yeah. I will say though, the shield excuse for it not having MA is kind of cool because it, you kind of have that, it's almost a better MA, but then you don't have it always, so.
Yeah. It's like, it's not a constant, like, passive, so.
Then high performance balancer, flight control 2, high spec ambac level 2, maneuver armor, force injector level 3, which honestly doesn't feel much better than level 2. So I'm kind of, yeah, I don't know. You still get to boost for days, I guess, but it really doesn't feel like there's much more to it than 2, especially after they buff the 2. Melee combo 1, high performance radar level 2, power accelerator level 2, which is the after a clash ends or a melee attack is selected, you can recover with evasive maneuver, allowing another action immediately. The special back add-on buffer level 1, psycho frame resonance, which is the get out of jail free card, and the lock on 50% faster with Saikamu stuff. And then the high performance counter program, which is when you're in the psycho frame resonance, you get, instead of the punch, you get 1,000 slashes in front of you, delete the enemy attack.
Yeah, which is pretty gross.
Yeah, it's
I actually really like that.
Yeah, I think right when you raided me, literally that's what happened. I was like getting countered by a dude.
Like that combo looks so cool. It's literally just that gif of him like slashing in space and all around, but just in a standing position, like damn.
Right.
Just lean back and start slapping. All right, Swagnum, let's go.
Here we go. But yeah, skills wise, it's got a shopping list, but most of it's to kind of facilitate the maneuver armor part.
Where's my money?
Oh, you're in.
Your beam saber's so big.
What she said. For you?
Hey.
Double meme. Oh no. I honestly didn't think I got hit there for some reason. I was like, what? Why can't I move? I got stunned.
Oh god.
Come here, I can hit you through this building. It's gross. Oh no. No! I tried to tackle from that. My leg.
His body. Oh no.
Oh come on, how did I not get the dodge roll off? No. Okay, well. I have you now. Okay, nope. Nope. No, what?
No,
Luckily,
I was out of
the
boost.
swing is just all over the place. Big.
I should have did a side step. I thought I was gonna be close enough, but that was unfortunate. Let me in. He's healing.
Wait a. Oh wait. No, that's right. Wait. Does the Saikamu frame up the attack and defense of the? Wait, no, that's because I'm crouching. I was like, what?
Yeah, it just raises your mobility.
I was like, that's because I was crouching. Okay.
Asian in the
Man, that
3
sucks.
custom.
Oh no! I was hoping. No. Oh.
All right, I'll take it. Time for me to repair. Dude, you hurt so much. I have max resistance too, and just
That's what I'm saying. The
one little
range
like,
damage.
2-hit combo.
Oh yeah, and the melee too. Oh, you got max melee res?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too. Like just this entire thing is just damage barf. You don't get as much extra bonus stun potential and stuff like that, but damage is just gross.
Oh shit! Yeah, it wasn't supposed to happen. Why did I go in for the down swing? I saw you and I was like, oh, I gotta follow up.
Oh no, I shot over you. No. Oh no! You got the counter.
That's like full damage for that. Oh my gosh, I will heal you with my attacks. My god.
Yeah, right. I've got like max defense too. That's the other thing too. This is defense build. I have no damage added on, like at all. That's the other thing too. That's what I do like about both suits is with almost like
oh god, you locked onto me?
Yeah.
I'm winning Magnum.
Okay, I will say it does overheat after firing them once. I forgot about that. Ah, no, what?
I wasn't expecting that to hit.
How did that? Dang it! You can shoot that while boosting. Too bad I suck while shooting that. Aha!
Oh come on!
I have you now,
dude. Come on, man. I was like off to the side. Your shot missed on my screen. It's so sad. Like, fuck. Dude, it feels like you spawned faster than I did. Is that just me?
I don't know. What was your time? Like, I'm actually kind of.
I don't know. I wasn't even looking. I think it was like 17 or some nonsense. Who knows?
No, I didn't let go soon enough.
Damn, Biosynth or Psycho Frame.
Oh, I missed. Oh,
I did too.
Hallelujah. Oh no, I swapped to the wrong weapon. Leave me alone. No, I missed again.
I didn't switch to my Vulcans. Oh, this does have anti-blast?
Oh my gosh, that doesn't have anti-blast? Oof.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
Big sad, dude. Something that has like a kick like that, dude. Oh my gosh. You at least gain that in space or something? Come on.
Let's hope. Alright, I got my bazooka back. Let's go.
Got my life back. Let's go. Ah!
Boop.
Gross.
Got him. Goop.
Oh, come on. How am I not locking there? Wait, you can go over that? No!
Okay, definitely go for the downswing.
Oh my gosh, no! We're getting bullied.
Dude, the heal is so tough to fight on.
Ooh.
There
Holy
we, oh,
shit.
holy crap! 3,000. I
Oh my
only hit you with
God.
the first one. I did not think I was going to hit
Thank
you
you
with
for not
that.
switching to the other melee.
I know, right? I didn't think I was going to hit you. Oh no, I timed that bad.
Ah, man. I have to knock you down so much.
Beat
I'm
that
faster
man
than
up.
you now. No. No! Oh no. He's got me, I think.
Nah, I messed up my swap to my Vulcan, so I get to live this time, Magnum. Put that sword
Oh
up.
no,
Oh,
my
I'm your
legs!
legs, bud.
No!
Yeah, the Sazabi is very
Oh.
survivable. I mean, it could be that I'm just whacking at it with a raid, but like, thing refuses to take damage. It's too angry to die.
I mean, I have 400 more health than the new for me, and I have 44, 48, and 49, I think, for my resistances.
Your average defense is technically higher even if you take a chunk out of your ballistic baseline, so it's easier to build up.
Ah, that melee
Priority
priority
2,
finally. Finally, I was waiting for that to happen. I was like,
you gotta use that distance on the sword, dude. Try to catch them before the animation at least, or do a second swing when they do
Oh,
theirs.
my swing didn't come out. Oh God, pain!
Beat him up. Beat him up.
Those melee
He's got-
combos hurt so
come
much.
on, fire at me one more time. You only got 2 seconds. Still
Yeah,
win.
man. Like literally,
That's over.
The bread and butter of mobile suit damage with this suit is either pulsing them with the gut beam or just the fucking striker shit. It's so nasty. The rest is just to make them tired so you can hit them better later.
The funny thing is, I was hitting him with only one of the gut beams. Now that I actually know what I'm looking for, it's like, oh, that actually does look like separate things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But,
well, that reminded me too. But I'm also dealing 5% less damage to you when you're knocked down because whenever you have your thing active because of your silly reduction skill too, man.
So, like, yeah, this thing's just gross as far as just the just raw aggressive power that it has. But I don't know. I feel like the new has a lot more finesse to it. Again, like you can.
No, that's the last Hangar enhancement, not the passive. The knockdown reduction damage thing.
Oh yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I didn't read a skill. Where's that at? I was about to go look at it, but
Well, I thought it was part of the biosensor or like the counter thing, but I guess it's the Hangar.
emergency melee defense system. Yeah. 5% while toppled.
That's pretty good.
Interesting. And you also get the support fire resistance as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's gross.
Yeah, like I was saying, survivability.
Increased security, meh on that, but yeah, I can go ahead and if you want to do one more, cool. If not, then
yeah.
I honestly I thought about just kind of comparing it with the new real quick. Try that out again. Want to do the same fight only new instead
the
of
new
Sazabi?
Gundam? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Because for some reason the new feels like more my playstyle. It may be the difference of, you know, I've managed to play 56 games in it already. I did not think I played that many. But yeah.
That could be a thing because I mean you weren't leveraging the maneuver armor all that much in a Sazabi match, but it might just be that, you know, again, that's not really like the kind of pursuit that you play.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the maneuver armor sometimes, but it's really more of a raid thing when I use it. I don't know. Like it's just that mindset. I'm like, I'm in a general. But the only time I ever use the maneuver armor when I'm in a general is like in the full armor ground or even the other one. Oh my, we're right at it then. Okay.
I wasn't even looking at the screen, man. Like, not even gonna lie. We're supposed to be standing there.
Yeah, I went to boost straight ahead too, and I was just like, okay, well this is. I will say, not having your funnels instantly overheat, nice. Narrow the priority. Tried to go for that length and just hit you with that side swing because this beam saber also is gross range.
Timing so encompassing.
My leg.
Oh, come on. That was a Nova Boost.
Wait, what?
Oh, my God. I got hit by a pixel. Like, fuck.
I will say I don't have the bazooka, so that would have been... Oh, shit. No, force ejector! That was supposed to be a dodge roll!
Oh, thank God I have 2 hits.
Oh, balls, dude. That was not a... Ugh.
I will
Force
say
injector, dude.
the new definitely doesn't feel nearly as... And it might just be your build, but the new doesn't feel nearly as buff as the Sazabi was. Like, I can kill you in like 3 combos instead of 10.
I hope I'm on my defensive setup. This would be really awkward if I wasn't on my defensive setup. But yeah, as far as the Sazabi, I guess talking more about the suit, but like, do we think that as far as the discussion here, you know, I've had a lot of discussions about the okay, that was weird. I don't know what happened there. But I've had a lot of discussions about, you know, one or the other, or this is still pretty good kind of thing. I think they've definitely succeeded in not having the issues of, oh, that was awkward. Double Zeta to Cubile, and even the GPO1 to GPO3 situation. Feels like they've definitely been able to avoid that. Oh man, I missed. But yeah, what do you think about that, Gustav? Do you think they've done a pretty good job as far as just avoiding that?
Yeah, I mean, as most of what we were talking about earlier is just like they definitely were trying to strike a balance. It seems like they learned their lesson from the last couple anniversaries. And the interesting thing is that in terms of talking about them front loading it, when they did it with the initial one for the O1 and the O2, like that was kind of nice. It seemed like they played off each other well, and then we got the Stamen that like had less priority but didn't need it just because it was a new kind of aggression that the game hadn't seen before. Outside of maybe like people who were already like in the VD, but even that's like a 2-step like different kind of thing than just like the straight flying lunge that the Stamen does even now.
Broke my legs.
And I think it was different in that way, and then the other one was just funnels for days. After actually having kind of a lukewarm reception on the Double Zeta itself, which is also kind of interesting. So I feel like we got 2 good suits that can still do things against each other in their own right. I feel like they've, in terms of just presentation for the anniversary and the way they did the suits, they've definitely done better than in previous years.
Yeah, I will say I'm glad that I've been able to have like a debate about, you know, this suit seems better, or I like, oh man. Or like, you know, for instance, the funnels, right? That was one of the things that was Pulsar was saying. And you know, the funnels here actually have build-up potential. And I'm trying to dodge roll again.
Pain!
Immediate. Ah!
Yeah, we're both like I'm knocked on the ground like, ow, help.
Fucking move.
I will say, you can't actually lock on with the Sazabi's funnel, or yeah, lock on and move with the Sazabi's funnels.
Yeah, which is a little unfortunate. I don't know why they excluded that for this suit. I guess just because they work like a little bit faster and more like typical funnels. It might have just been a balance for the animation for the new.
You have to at least start locking and then you can move, but yeah.
But you can't let them loose while you're moving. That's the other thing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So it's more like how it used to be for the other ones.
Oh, you broke
Damn,
my legs,
Magnum.
really?
How is that not a counter?
I don't know, but you also broke my legs. Ah.
You don't need those. Damn.
I can't see through this. Stop it. It's
You
rude.
don't need to see where you're going, son.
But yeah, okay, so like the thing is I've been trying to kind of go head to head like I was with the Sazabi. In that last fight where I got you there, I pretty much was, you know, pulling back and stuff. Like I feel like this thing is able to just avoid and maneuver a whole lot better than Sazabi can, even though Sazabi has more of the aggressive, like, just sheer output. Like, you can definitely, I mean, while you know, I chunk you for damage with just anything that I'm hitting you with, it's still, I'm able to, wait, didn't you hit me with that? Oh, I guess that hit my shield. I was like, what?
Yeah, I showed it.
Oh, man. This... Oh.
No maneuver armor for the blue. At least not this one.
My leg. I was like, I'm just gonna try this time, please. Instead of trying to dodge roll.
Oh, I flinched, son of a bitch.
Yes! Oh, come on. That's right, you have two, too.
I can double dodge
You have
roll
double
too,
dodge
son.
roll, too. No. Come on, Emblem.
Nope.
Damn it. Oh, no, I missed. No. Oh, God.
To the gear cave.
No.
To the gear tunnel.
Oh,
No.
To the gear
No.
tunnel.
Rude. I think I'm under
Gear
this
has
pipe. I think
beachside property as well. Ooh.
No. Wait. Oh, yeah, there you are. You're under. No. Oh, my gosh.
I didn't die somehow. Yes.
But yeah, the I should have just shot missiles as I walked around the corner because that shield angle. I forget about that shield angle being so awful. Like
Yeah.
I never can hit with it.
I think if you even been able to see me in your funnel range at all, you'd have been able to lock on too.
I almost locked once. It was like I was like,
Yeah.
I wish I was in like Saikamu frame right now, so it insta lock.
Did you have it equipped?
Oh well, see, I don't have that part, which is pretty much the next thing I was going to bring up.
Way. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I got it in 3 spins, and I'm like, do I want the part or not? And
luckily or not luckily, since that part's pretty good.
It is. Well, the main thing for me, honestly, what I like about the part the most is the 3% damage reduction.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's kind of gross.
Crossover is gross.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what.
And it's
honestly,
pretty cheap for the slottage.
Yeah, I'm just
sure.
I'm just gonna start putting it on everything just for the percentage damage reduction. Forget the
like anything with the
stuff.
Saikamu. Well, the Saikamu stuff's nice because I'm gonna definitely putting it on like the Keyblade or the Bishop and stuff. So I can actually use my hands at a decent pace.
So I tried it on my alt just to see how much different it felt.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, it doesn't feel that much better over certain things. Now, maybe in combat it might feel, but like as far as going into a practice, I'm like, well, that seemed faster, but not crazy or anything. And yes, it only is 25%, but like for instance, when you go into Saikamu frame with 50%, it's like, ooh, that is crazy. But that's literally half time from a fourth. So talk about insta lock. If you have that with the new or the Sazabi, that literally is insta lock at that point. So was that half a second for a 2 second? Like that's kind of gross.
Not too shabby.
But I think there's going to be a few suits that's definitely winners, and I think they're anything with a small like ASL or anything that has a longer time. So I think anything with like a 2 second lock on time, or even with Like, I would even say the Mark V ASL is pretty small. Would you say that feels kind of small to lock on sometimes? I mean, I know you're trying to lock onto a support, but what would you say about that one, Emblem?
I think as far as like that goes, like it should still be fine, right? Like because you're talking about you're talking about it locking on faster with the part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean it
like with
should
or
be good.
without, do you think it's you like without it? Do you think it's do you ever feel like it's kind of awkward to lock on sometimes?
It
Without
depends
the
on the
part?
suit. Like I think the older ones kind of have lock on problems, but the newer ones, like there's this time they're just getting so much better at it that it feels fine regardless. Um, you know, I maybe the bishop would like something like that because it has horrible lock on times, but
I will say, I
which I
feel
mean
like
any suit should
Not
run this
bad.
part probably.
I was gonna say the 3% damage reduction alone, I think, would be worth running for just the 233 part slot requirement.
Yeah, it's so cheap.
Like that's
But
literally
I think
just
it's really good.
3 armor and everything, essentially.
Mm.
I mean, it probably stacks multiplicatively, so there is that. But still, I mean, for any kind of damage reduction like that, I'll take it, especially for the ports that have like no melee res. I was like, what is it? Which resistance is it? Oh my gosh.
What is it called?
Bunga res. Bunga res.
Was this the
Let's see if
bungus?
he actually does anything. Might start to move.
But like, I guess I could go ahead and pull up the patch notes now, as far as that goes, and we can talk about the banner itself and talk about the part even more. So, also, bonuses for not having scuffed setup anymore. I actually forgot to bring those up. Now I can just do it. Aha! Oh, I guess I can point out this too. So if you were doing the badge thing, it
Some of the values are kind of fucked up or something. You were
yeah.
saying.
So with the assist score achievement target, like you had to get a different value than what was up there. So there's that.
No. Yeah. Mean.
But yeah, there's that. So it's the solution after the update. The target value for the achieved goal assist score has been revised to 1400 as a result of the adjustment. If you have achieved the original target value, the last 15 battles, the high difficulty target will be updated. So that you've done it. Then next we have the normal suit here for Char, essentially. But Neo Xeon 12. Pretty cool. Definitely didn't spin on this.
For some reason, you didn't get the suit from the banner after the 7th step. You can spin on this and get a pilot suit, right?
All right. No, you can get a helmet. Pilot suits don't exist.
Oh, my bad.
Let's see. Then we have nothing else new added again. Then we have the step up with the part at the end. Okay. So let's see here. Half off for the first step, half off as well for the fourth step, as well as the 2 times bonus. Was there anything else for the fourth step for the new?
I'd have to look. Then don't they all have the same like base structure except for the half off thing? Like wasn't the duplicated or the times 2 drop bonus? Or are you saying anything else besides that?
I mean the other than the times 2, like did it also, because it didn't have the half off.
Hmm.
So it's one of these. Wait, where's not that one. Grab one. Oh wait, no, there it is. Drop line new. Okay. Oh well, that's awkward. I'm blind? I just miss it. Trying to find the step up here.
But Gustav, while Magnum's looking, you ended up doing all 7 steps, right?
Yeah.
So in regards to that, do you think it's where do you think you would draw the line in regards to like if you would suggest somebody should actually do the all 7 steps? Like, do you think you should just get to Sazabi, or do you think it's worth say you get a Sazabi already, is it worth to go all the way, do you think?
As much as I like the new part, I feel like eventually it's going to be available in some other fashion anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you get it early, then that's fine. If anything, your goal should be to get it early and then just cut it. Unless you are super new and you just want to get a bunch of stuff, then by all means, spend away. But otherwise, yeah. I will say that I like this bonus over the one for the new because I could hardly give a fuck about a bazooka. But like, a new part is cool. It is a good part. It is pretty cheap to put in there. So if you absolutely are a min-maxer, then I guess your mind's probably already made up. But otherwise, yeah, just get the Sazabi and call it.
Throw your wallet at the screen.
Yeah,
Now, as to whether or not we can say that for the next ones, that's a different story. We'll just have to wait.
I'm interested to see what they do. Like, I would, if you're going to keep it the same theme, like, what's going to go with the next suit, right? Like, I kind of wonder.
Like, they were talking about it being just reduced spins, but I don't know if they're actually going to go full on, like,
man, if they want to do guarantees with reduced spins, that'd be awesome.
I feel like that should just be how we do it, considering that, like, the gacha, they do try to make it forgiving in some ways, but in other ways it feels a lot more brutal than other games that I've played.
Right.
Give me your money, please.
I will say
hand over the moolah.
I will say too, like as far as what Gustav said, I have to agree. I probably won't be going because that's another essentially 100 tokens just to get the part from where I'm at, and I'm thinking about doing the half off spins. That's why I'm not counting the 15 because I'm like, well, that is half off, and there's a chance to get some dupes for the Sazabi or new, I guess. So that could be cool, but at the same time, not also much that I need. So just doing the other step up, yeah. Other than maybe the prototype Stark Jigen, and I'm getting the Palace Athene next week when it hits premium thing, so I should be able to get that done. And with the GBO days hint spins going on right now, that's definitely going to make that easier to hit the ticket missions and get that done really quick.
Oh yeah.
But let's see. So yeah, the banner itself, the step up for the new, did not have a half off fourth step. Maybe they, just was like, maybe 7's a little much to have for people 2 weeks in a row. Let's help them out
People
a
are
little
gonna be
bit.
a little bit thirstier for the Sazabi. Like, I still feel like they front loaded their favor for the Sazabi in general. Like the fact that it's prominent in the new title screen, and the news just kind of in the back chilling out. I think they knew people were gonna wail for this one a lot harder, even after they did the showcase.
Yeah, I still feel like they have a little bit of a Char bias.
I think so too. Like
because the CA is still disgusting.
People like the new Gundam way too much. Like way too much. So I feel like they definitely threw some bias in there, or maybe the artist just likes the suit or something.
Right.
But well, I mean, not just that though. Even the balance for Char stuff just seems to be
very front loaded and just kind of aggro.
Like, I mean, look at the Char Dija compared to the Amuro Type 2 Shiki. Kind of oof.
Oof.
Also, the cost range of both of those two, like there's a lot there between that. It's like feels bad Amuro.
Feels Amuro, man.
Right. But yeah, as far as the step up banner goes though, pretty cool that there's 2 half off spins, and that the second one is the ×2. Still, they have the 50 and then 100 of both the mechanic tickets and repair kits. And then again, guaranteed as the 7th step with the Psycho Frame level 1 part. Yeah. Good.
Oh, no. You're good. Keep going. My bad.
But yeah, again, just to kind of show it on here, 25% reduced lock time for the Saikamu weapons. Reduced damage unit HP by 3% and 3 to turn speed. But yeah, again, as far as just going for the part, I'd have to say probably not the most necessary part ever to go get, even though it could be used for just the reduced HP on probably, or like reduced damage on just about everything. Because again, it's like having, it would just be like putting on level 1 defense for the old parts. Now they only take 2 different ones, but essentially, what would that be now? 2, 3, and 2, and so 2, 3, 3. Not much of a difference there. Or wait, no, it's 1, 3, 2. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. So it'd be 1, 3, 2, and this is 2, 3, 3. So not too big of a difference, especially if you're a sport person. You have more of those normally mid-range and long-range that you can kind of use for things. You don't really care too much about the close either. So that is nice, but like you said, it'll be in the ticket shop probably at some point. We don't know how long. Hopefully not an entire year from now.
Maybe.
But
That's like, as I was saying, I was like, it might be a billion years, but like also not the most crucial thing in the world. So
yeah,
like I still follow through with it.
Like I don't think the 25% is too many make or break situations. I mean, if you think about it, just what I've been saying is, how many times have I been like, oh, if I just could lock on for literally that half a second longer, or not, well, not even half a second, like shorter, I guess. Anyway, like just a little bit, just that little bit, and then I would have got it. How many times do I say that when I'm playing like the Xeon, right? And I don't think there's that many for the crucial ones. Like the side ones is like that's just extra damage most of the time, right? The ones that you really want to happen are the ones that lock on for a stun. So like the bounce for the EXS, all the rear stuff for the Xeon and the Q-Blaze.
The Hamahamas.
Yeah, the Hamahama would be another good one.
They were talking about doing it on the Mark V just because of how gross the incomes are.
Yeah, those are amazing. Also, for me, that ASL that was small. That's what I was saying about the Mark V. Is I had the problem with the ASL, and that's what I was asking Emblem. For anything that's a small ASL, then it can be kind of rough sometimes.
And that's the thing we were talking about in terms of the new Sazabi, is that their cones or their ASL for that's pretty tight. I kind of wish they would open that up a little bit, kind of like how they do for the Keyblades back, or like back funnels in general.
Yeah.
But I guess in that case, it was just the idea of like the speed making up for the size.
Yeah, they don't have that long of a lock time. Trying to think of what the Toads Rider has for its lock, like ASL areas. But
yeah, I don't know if the normal stats tell you how big that stuff is by default.
And they also don't tell you the lock time either. Yeah, as far as this banner, I guess me and Gustav have already said what we think about, spinning for the part, unless you're kind of changing your mind for the amount of time before it hits the ticket shop. What do you think, Emblem? Do you think the part's worth it?
As I sit in the base camp with my 3rd anniversary shirt and my newly acquired new Gundam fin funnel backpack,
oh god,
and my newly acquired Sazabi, and just recently found at the back of a truck Psycho frame part, I don't think anybody should go out of their way to
don't be like me.
Yeah.
No.
I stand here on my pile of tickets and wonder if it was worth it, and I don't think it is.
I mean, I still gotta throw on probably, like, just defense parts. If you need one defense specifically, probably is gonna be a little more effective, or even just damage in certain cases. But trying to think of any suit that I'm like, oh man, if I just had, something that could fit in these specific slots that are open right now.
If only.
I guess there's a couple of times that I'm like, oh, I guess I'll put a level 2 defense part on for like the ballistic or beam, maybe, and then that could go there. Give up a little bit of melee damage or something.
Yeah, like it takes out just enough mid slots that if you already have a pretty full setup, you're probably gonna have to take something out. So
yeah,
gotta weigh what you're trading out.
Oh, okay. The Ramzagok is in the standard thing now too. They added that to the lottery as well. Pretty cool.
You're pretty cool.
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
Let's see. Then so yeah. Any other thoughts on the step up banner?
If you like the Sazabi, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Gustav said no, so never mind.
this is the second week of a free 10 spin, so go get that if you haven't gotten it. And then hopefully you already have,
Get
because
your
yesterday was 10 spin GBO days, all mobile suit spin, and
and
now
also
the
you got
second.
another tenner today. Yay.
And then 2 more after
Yay.
today. So 40 total mobile suits, which is amazing that it's just straight mobile suits.
It is the first of the month.
Yeah, so that's really amazing for new players. Yeah. And also just for getting random suits actually that I need for once. Hallelujah.
Hell yeah.
Or just getting a lot of tickets so that I can get that platinum faster. Let's go.
Yeah, you get another ticket tree. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, GBO days. Go get them. Really good. Actually, what do you guys think of the 80 boxes total now? Now that this is
That's
hit,
pretty fucking dope.
Yeah,
like
this is
I
pretty
don't know
amazing.
about that. I didn't like when we were talking about the initial like event. I didn't think about the fact that we're gonna be in the GBO day like phase for the next week, and like that's pretty nice. That's working
Yeah,
out.
good touch.
Yeah.
They did need to go a little bit bigger for the anniversary, and this is a good way
Yeah.
to go about it for sure.
But yeah, definitely awesome. The same thing for me. Felt like it was like, oh, cool, I guess. And then just today too, seeing that, it's just like, yeah, that's a big deal.
All according to Keikaku.
Got him.
Yeah.
Then in the ticket shop we have the Cubile level 1,
Hell yeah.
well as the GM Cannon 2 level 3 and the GM Custom level 3. Personally, for the other two, I'm like, maybe falling off a little bit by that point. As far as also what exists there with 500 raids for the GM Cannon. But Cubile.
Cubile is a big boy.
Goobaloo.
Yeah, we were already talking about it. So if you don't have it, it's in the RT shop. Go get it.
Please go get it.
It's good. It's
Like
amazing.
if somehow the world was cruel to you and you didn't get the new and the Sazabi and you still have to fend for yourself, you could do worse than the Cubile for sure. Because like on Ginny, where it's like my free account, I've been having to buck up in the Cubile and it's still putting in work. Still getting some good top scores on it, so it's doable. This melee is fast. It still has all the funnel options to pick at the shields and to annoy Sazabis while also having instance done in its hand. You can hold people still pretty well, and then from there just move in and snap their legs. Like, no, get on the floor, please. It might take you a little bit more doing, but that's 650 life and 700 right now.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. Even in actually, that's another question. Kind of back to the Sazabi. You were talking about the when we get a 700 of certain other suits.
Oh, I mean,
What
the
do you
O's already
think
putting in
now
work.
versus Sazabi?
We had some O runners in the early clan match practice today, and it's funny because a lot of their finishers are actually at range. It was just them bopping people in the back with the rifle. But that initial clash when they're just moving in and are able to like smack through people's shit, with that priority, it definitely helps. The problem is that once they get held still, it's really hard for them to get out.
Yeah.
Because they have no, because they don't have to worry about consecutive. They're just getting straight up stunned in the face by a bunch of instant stuns and funnels and gut beams, and it's just all raw output. So it's doable, especially if you have a couple other aggro guys who are at 700, and you just go in and make sure everyone's on the floor who is trying to swing. But outside of that, it starts to get a little bit ugly for the suit. Especially when you consider that other hurt suits with Psycho Frame kind of take off some of its own biosensor like defenses in terms of Psyche weapons, and that the Sazabi in particular also comes back with those follow funnels that don't even require that and have their own ASL lock on, so they can still do that on the move or to just, do something on the outside while other people are going into swing. So there's a lot more versatility in other suits. It can do it, but again, much like the Keyblade, you still gotta work a little bit more than you probably want to. Unless these guys just like, unless the opposing team just has like no clue, right? Like they just don't know how to like respond to it or something. But I feel like that's gonna change very quickly if it hasn't already, even in the regular meta.
Yeah.
So.
But let's go ahead. Markings they have Sazabi and the Neo Xeon emblem.
Like it.
Then the DP store, we have the Juagu level 4. Yeah. But we also have the Hyakushiki level 1 finally in there. Let's go. So that's pretty nice. That's actually become a pretty awesome suit after several buffs. But took it a while, but it's about time. So hopefully it's not like, you know, too far past instant before you can even use the thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be like military space lord rating or whatever nonsense they're gonna have it called in order to get the thing.
Then before we get into the clan match stuff, the Gun Cannon 2 and the GM Night Seeker, which is what I thought it was last time, but on the NA one it's saying 2. They did not get their base buffs, apparently.
Oof.
Now they have their space buff.
Thanks that shit.
That's
wrong
brutal.
with you.
And okay, so here we go. We got the clan match 700 5v5 basic Arctic base, which is going to be hilarious for 700.
Oh my god. It's so funny. Oh my god, practice today was stupid. It's literally just each team trying to do a wipe and then barfing all over the base. And the interesting thing is that because people are dropping in pretty quick or just are able to survive so long, like after like the initial wipe, it starts to get a little bit spotty and kind of weird. So you constantly have people fighting in like one of the wedges out of the whole ring, and then they were able to move over to the base so quickly afterwards that it's just kind of trivial.
Oof. Yeah, that speed at 700 kind of gross. I mean, that was kind of like 650 already, but right now we have stuff that can consistently kill the base, whereas sometimes at 650 there, like it's slightly questionable sometimes whether you can just destroy a base. Then the week after that, we'll have 250 4v4, the late night one, simple resource satellite. Yeah, base and 250.
And on top of that,
match.
The worst thing about it is that it's the last top 40.
Yeah.
They had the gall to not even let it be the top 100. They made it the last top 40.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. But the good news
Which means they're going to be front loaded for the next one.
Right.
Yep, let's go.
I will say though, at least it is space and 250, so I'm hoping the low cost and space, people are just gonna be like, nah man, I'm not playing on that one, forget that.
Nah man, we got too many sweat
easy.
lords, man. That's the whole point of clan match. People don't just not show up. Like even in the one that we did before, all that meant was that some of the guys that were sweating in like the mid tier just got up higher faster.
Ooh, actually
Like, I wish that worked.
Well, I mean, I feel like there was a lot of people that got higher just because, but I think it might be this actually. So with the 700, how many times have you been hitting 20k by the end of it for whichever team won?
Consistently.
Yeah, so I just wonder, because it's
pretty
lower,
now,
there's a chance that you can make up for, not fighting an S- team with the in the 250
it's like
stuff.
it's gonna be a really tight margin. That tends to be the difference when like it's a lower scoring bracket. The margins for the places are really tight, and it's literally like a couple points difference, or like having a 4 or 3-way tie for certain placings. And it's just kind of hard to ink out those points.
Well, I mean,
is what I've noticed. For us in particular, when it comes to like how we do, ironically, as much as I bitch about space, we tend to do pretty well just because of the sweat. And it's not even necessarily that we aren't getting rolled, it's that we're just finding these teams incidentally that are coming in between the cracks that had the rating to kind of like match our average that just are doing it for the sake of trying. Now, in that regard, it's a little bit different than it is in ground where people are a bit more accustomed to things. But other than that, like the tighter margins and the fact that like the Sweat Lord crews are still in there, still kind of skewed, especially when it's a top 40.
Yeah, with top 40, it's a little bit harder, but I don't know. Like, as far as just even getting top 100, it feels like space, like, we even get closer on space days. And again, now with it being a 700 cost, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you fight an S minus team and you get a win, like, you're automatically going to max out your best score right there. Like, that's my thing right now with 700. So it's literally just the people playing against S minus teams are just gonna dominate half the leaderboard or whatever that it ends up being. You know, how many ever S minus teams is gonna be like it's literally just gonna be straight down the list of what they played against. The higher cost we get. I don't know. Do you think they should raise the cap?
What do you mean?
Because right now, if you get 20,000 points, that's as high as like your
Oh, like the
team score.
the
Yeah,
score cap.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit higher than we think in a lot of cases because I feel like it in some cases just to get those higher scores to get the averages of like the top 10, you got to be doing like 3K games and shit, like something ridiculous. Which
What?
means going into like mid to almost 30K
Well, no,
like for
it caps out
700
at
now or like
20, right?
20 is like minimum.
No. What I'm saying is like 20,000 is the cap for what each team score can be before you max out the points.
Hmm.
Because
I
the
don't
thing
think
is,
so.
it's your whatever you played against their rank, um, win or lose, and then or draw, and then up to 20K win. So I mean,
Hmm.
I can check. I think it's
No,
they actually
20K
tell
is typically the minimum, and then like getting up past that is how you get those higher scores.
because that's what I'm saying. Like the lower cost games is typically when we get closer to placing
Yeah,
because
the
it's
the lower scores,
we can
yeah.
sometimes get like the lower cost stuff is when you typically can get closer, you know, higher up from a really good game. Oh, I literally just because before it was capping out at 20K. Because they take is it 5%? Okay, I have to do some looking for it, but that was my big question. The higher you know we get the 'cause I thought we talked about this at one point. Because yeah, it's 300
Because
for a
like
win.
the rating average still does matter, but I feel like the scores can kind of outweigh some of that.
Yeah, I'll have to try to find it here. Because that was the big thing. That's why I was complaining about S minus so much that they had the scores like that. Because literally, if you could cap out the score gauge, then you pretty much can't win against somebody who won against a S minus.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like the score is the less rigid of the qualifiers, and that's kind of where they sort of make it up, right? Because like there's a lot of S minus and like higher teams for like top 10. There are some newer ones that can be a bit lower because they can still hit teams with S minuses in them. And I think that's kind of where that comes in. Where you're just kind of like on the fringe. You maybe have like a fair amount of A pluses or whatever.
The maximum CMP earned by a team score is 1,100. So is it 20? That's 25,000, right? Yeah, that's 25,000. So the cap is 25,000 right now. So if you hit 25,000, then it's based on what rating you played against. Sorry, I was blind. It literally was right here under the
Oh,
team score part. Oh, hang on.
wait a minute. I haven't.
Maximum value may vary depending on the cost limit at the
Yeah,
time of the event.
that figures.
Okay. Well,
Kind of assume that.
hopefully we see more than 1,100 CMP just for
So I guess
scores.
finding out what the minimum is, and then maybe trying to scale it from there.
I mean,
Because I don't know if those have
the
been
minimum is
quantified.
0.
No, I mean at cost. So you actually
Oh,
cap
like,
it up at that cost. Yeah.
well, I mean, you would still have to get 25,000 total score at any cost to even just hit that cap, right?
Then what is that caveat for in terms of it being depending on the cost itself?
Like, hopefully that means I mean, who knows? Maybe the max is lower at lower cost. Like, it's 15,000 at like 300 or something.
Yeah, and
But
I
I
mean that's what we've been guessing
feel
at too,
like
like
that.
15K or so and things like that.
I feel like but yeah, I feel like the lower stuff it still should be like 25,000 though. Like I'm hoping. Well, wait. Oh yeah.
No, this is you just guessing at this point. Like, never mind, we can just move on.
Well, no, I'm not guessing as far as like the. I'm kind of like. I'm trying to think whether it's actually better to lower the cap when you're at a lower cost. Like, do you think it's actually better to lower it at a lower cost though?
I feel like it has been, but depending on the average, because we're talking about this also depending on the mode, I would think. Because you're also talking about ace matches that are higher scoring regardless of the cost. And for example, the next one after the space one is gonna be 600 impact site target shuffle, and that's a 6v6. Now you're also talking
Yeah.
about team size, which dictates the amount of points being done per wipe. Not to mention the amount of targets that you have for targets or aces.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. So like, especially if there's an ace for lower cost things, like if they lower it at all, yeah, I've seen even like 400 games where you can get 20,000 plus.
Yeah. So like, and for me at least, like rule of thumb has always been, um, at least high teens, if not 20k being the minimum, and then from there, keep pressing as long as you can hold the win.
I mean, of course, you always want to try to just max out everything while still holding the win. That's kind of the point for clan stuff. But it's just like the goalpost moving. I don't know if I like the goalpost moving down because of the S minus difference, right? Like that's 400 points. Literally, A plus goes down to 300 right after that. So that's.
I feel like you're only having to worry about that if you're like already fighting on a fringe case basis anyway, in terms of your average rating. Like the reality is, and I know it's something they probably won't change, is that lower average teams are just kind of fighting amongst themselves. And maybe if they get lucky, they'll get like 99 or 100. But otherwise, like, I don't think they ever wanted to front load it to say that you had to be of a certain average for like minimum entry, but to stand a chance for the top 100, you still kind of got to be in there.
Yeah, the criteria heavily implies it for sure, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like when we were when we first talked about it, right? And we were talking about like it definitely since they made an organized event for like people to work as a team and build up a group of people that are certain play style rating or whatever. They definitely had the higher level or ranked people in mind. With the way they have it set up, for sure.
Which is a little unfortunate, right? Because it's one of the bigger like actual team aspects of the game as a mode. And yet because they dangled the carrot on a stick with the suit prizes and all that, it still incentivizes people to be able to like stand a chance before they even try. So I feel like there's a lot of drop off because of that. It's kind of why you see a lot of the top 10 or even the top 40 tend to be the same groups.
I do think, though, if they wanted to kind of help in regards to like maybe I haven't heard anything about clans or people being like, oh, we never get it and we participate each time. I think it wouldn't hurt to have it hit the point to where like it becomes maybe like the very last clan match, it just becomes a participation reward. Because not everybody's in a clan, and I do feel like they're already lowering the bar a little bit. It probably wouldn't hurt to have like the people who have a big enough clan with enough people to participate to be able to eventually at some point, without having to wait for it to go into lotto, to get this new suit ahead of everybody else.
Yeah.
As an incentive for having that group.
I think the only one that was like super desirable that people were like really gunning for that happened with that delay and stuff was the DOAs, right? Like this one's cool. Anyone who's a fan of the striker who really likes that scene will definitely want to nab one, but I wouldn't say it's like essential for that cost. And even the DOAS, because of its speed issues, kind of got pushed out of its cost range pretty quickly in terms of just being a meta suit. I know there are some people that still stand it, but there's just other things that do its job or better while having to worry about less.
IMO Alpha was that one they just kept going on.
Would have been a nice one to get. I'll have to wait.
I wonder what if they did a like a participation reward, as in like how each time you participate, you still have that little thing that plays at the end, like clan matches are over, you placed, even if it's just dash dash.
Yeah.
You get like clan ranked mission that lasts for the entirety of that suit.
Oh yeah.
And they, like if you participate in.
Actually, that should be one for the day, if anything. Just like a daily clan mission for clan matches.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or just like again for the clan suit thing, then like if you did that 8 times or whatever, right? So on average, was it like 8 before we get to the 6 before we get to the 100? But yeah, either way, once you get into the 100, then it's like 2, 3, 4 more after that. Because a lot of times, mostly until they decide to do like what they did with the Hymo, like 4 clan matches later, sometimes we might be on the new clan match suit by the time the next night one comes out. Just like
yeah. So that we're in a good position for that to be the possibility here, which kind of sucks. I think if anything, that's why I'm more annoyed with that being the case.
But I mean, that would be like participating in 10 or even 8 to 10 clan matches. As long as your clan has participated a total of 8 to 10, then you get, suit. So. And in order to get that mission to, maybe you have to play like 3 games, right? You have to at least play 3 games so that you have your scores to place or something. And then you complete that mission, which then goes toward the tally of the total times that your clan has done that or something.
I mean, the answer is that that's never going to happen, and people are going to, be all up in arms of our participation trophies and all that other shit. Yeah. So, I wouldn't worry about it too much. It does suck. But they've also been talking about in some of those interviews trying to bring back ranked, so you can still compete on a individual level, I guess. And they're trying to overhaul the system, so we'll see what they come up with. Maybe later on this year, or maybe into the next one. But essentially, they're still looking at this as year 4. So I think we're still in for one more, and hopefully they can figure out ranked, and we can just have 2 like competitive modes for people.
That would be really cool. They just come back with like a ranked mode that either repeats consistently or, maybe days or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's already been, what, a couple years since the last one. This was a long time ago.
Oh, man.
So that was nice. That definitely got my ears to perk up a little bit when I saw that in the interview. It's like, oh, they actually are still trying to fuck with it. So hopefully it'll actually light up one day. We'll see. Because I think that could alleviate some of the tension with clan matches, because they shifted it so hard and kind of changed the dynamic of what clans were about when they did that. And some people were definitely all about it, like the super competitive ones, and then like casual clans just constantly have to look at the fact that they have no banners. There's an entire like aspect of clans that they're not participating in, and for some people, I've noticed it between my casual clan and my competitive clan. A lot of people who start off in GKN, after a while, when they see us practicing or see us doing clan matches in the middle of the morning and shit, even if the time sucks, they're like, I kind of want to get into that. So it just ends up turning GKN into like a weird like bullpen for us, or like our farm roster. So I feel like it's just an inevitability of that aspect, which is both nice and like frustrating for people who just want to chill and like collect the rewards.
Yeah, that is kind of a bummer too. Like then because then sometimes more of the casual people sometimes will have like more of an inactive like clan as well.
Casuals tend to be a little bit slower, and funny enough, when you're practicing, when you're doing all this sweating, all that stuff counts stat wise, right? So technically they're still getting their stuff faster than you.
Yep.
So functionally it's better than a casual clan, unless you guys are super dedicated and are like sitting in AB rooms together all day or something weird like that. But that's not very common, so
When AB rooms go.
You think about the fact that there's an entire like separate culture of people who probably just chill out and dick around in AB rooms for most of their stuff these days. Like that's kind of crazy. It's like a weird subset of players that probably actually know each other from rooms like that.
Yeah, I'm sure some of the more like high-end competitive people are all familiar with each other. I know there's probably definitely a point to where like we had probably people who play in that kind of subset and have rotated around. Like they're at least to my clan at some point in time. Like I could think of like Crossbone. If you guys are familiar with him as a good example, like he's kind of come and gone a couple of times just from doing stuff like that. So I definitely feel you on that one.
But yeah, we also have for the new clan mark for this one, the water through A. So, like blue and like water, there you go. Also, semi-striker. Have we seen it in the wild anywhere?
Saw it once. That was way back when I think maybe the first or second week.
I don't really see it much now.
I can't really say it did much. It was kind of interesting to see it, I guess, but like, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. And I feel like, even though I brought out the idea of the participation trophy things and stuff, like these suits aren't essential. They're just kind of nice to have. So I feel like there isn't any value lost by letting more people get them at the end of the events.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any of them that are like super like played or have stuck around. I don't even really
I can't
see
really
the
think of any of
HIMO
them
much
that are like,
anymore.
yeah, off really fast. Especially once we started getting like heavy swings and stuff being more common at lower cost and whatnot. When that started to get introduced, they fell off even faster. Like they're cool. I love the concept, but not necessary. And in a lot of cases, they get outpaced by other stuff.
Kind of funny, like the Ramsagaka was like, yeah, water suit. I finally got a, raid water suit that I could probably play more, and was like, nah, I'm just gonna play another raid, even in the water map.
Yeah.
Or at that cost, just play the GOG.
Well, it's funny that water maps earned so much ire after people were like so thirsty for them. Because they just kind of gave up on throwing out aquatic suits. It's like, this isn't special. Getting in the water gets me in trouble. And I really wish my team would stay on land. Like that's been my take for the last part. Like, you guys need to stop playing in the water. You're getting shot on the cliff all the fucking time. And you guys aren't even killing each other. It's literally just everyone else. Or like you're getting outplayed by like one or two aqua gyms and shit.
And the funny thing is, the Aqua Gym or the Moist Gundam is like
amazing on ground any fucking way because
yeah,
they're amphibious.
So it's like, no big deal. You can just go ahead and use that.
Cool that they considered it. Kind of dropped the ball on the concept.
For real though.
Especially when you talk about it from a performance perspective, right? Like PS4 is kind of struggle. Jungle's a fucking frame nightmare when it comes to getting in and out of the water, also while getting through the brush. Like, fuck. I don't know how I like. That's why I kind of glaze over after a while. It's just like, don't worry about it. Don't try to look at anything. Just focus on the enemy.
Yeah, the frame dip is gross.
Let's go to PS5, lol. No, it sucks for PS5 too, man.
Buy me one, bitch.
I mean the
Just go wander into a random store in a magical line and get me another one.
Yeah. Just gotta be dedicated. Waiting outside for hours in the cold isn't as bad as people make it sound.
I mean, I've been hearing good things about GameStop. You pay
I'm gonna
like
say it like someone else in my chat said. People say good things about GameStop.
Okay.
And maybe all that money, Jimmy, am I right? Not.
Oh my god! I actually haven't looked at their rate as of late. I kind of wonder what it's at.
I don't know if people still.
I think they dropped it, but I feel like
it's been beamed a couple of times. Like it's went up another time or two, but as far as like get their pro membership or whatever thing, whatever the card or whatever, and essentially you gain an hour as soon as they get restocked online. Anybody who has it gets an email, and you have an hour before anybody else. The problem is again, once enough people
that's a pretty big pool,
then it kind of. But most of the people that like around here that I've heard, yeah, I got one. I was like, how? I just did the GameStop thing that everybody's been talking about, like the past recently thing that they added. I was like, oh, but now it's not so recent, so let's see what happens here in like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, like either they'll get swamped, because the thing is, if it's not that expensive to entry, like they'll just have the same problem over again, but just with a smaller set of people, technically.
Maybe the scalpers aren't GameStop Pro members or something. Who knows?
I mean, they'll probably spend the extra money. They'll just grumble that it's like a paywall for what they're already paywalling people for. They'll just out themselves by being salty.
I know Gusav's cam is frozen. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there was some kind of lag thing going on there.
Yeah, my bit rate's just been like woo today. Like I don't know what the hell's going on. Like it does these really high spikes or like dips, and then I'm just back. Like I DC'd out of one of the practice matches today, and then it stabilized again. But like now, I'm looking at it, it goes to like 0, and then it jumps up to 10, and then it goes back down to like 5K where it's supposed to be.
But
that pandemic internet, baby. Better dig in.
But yeah, as
Hey, let's go. Dig
far
in.
as tangents go, go ahead and talk about the new suit next week, which I feel like is kind of going to be a repeat of what we said last week. But any other
A
ideas
mystery.
other than probably the two Yagdogas or whatever?
Rigazi Custom has been coming up. I kind of hope it doesn't come up because I don't think it doesn't sound like a 700 base cost suit to me.
No. It'll probably be like a 650 baseline.
Yeah, 650, 700 or something like that. I would need to like peruse CCA MSV or something like prototype Sazabi. Maybe it could be a support or something like that. Because doesn't it have like that beam cannon or something like that? Compared as a ground type Sazabi. So who needs it? The normal one plays on the ground anyway.
Right. Lol.
Even MSV doesn't seem to have that many like suits. As far as just being new things. Oh my gosh, what is the Beta Aziru? What world? That just looks like a nightingale. What?
It's just a nightingale with I0 parts on it.
I mean, it's just looked like if you just took the nightingale and stretched it long ways, even more than what it already is, and where it kind of looked like an Aziru.
That's weird.
Like this thing just looks silly.
Okay, that probably won't be it. Because the other thing, and I guess some people are still calling for it, is the nightingale, and I'm like, bruh. Yeah, how much of like a physical build mess that's gonna be if they actually try to go for it.
Apparently, it was in G Generation Genesis.
I guess it'd just be a stumpier, weirdly shaped Zommel. If you really want to get into it, probably just at the scoot. I don't know if it fit in things. That was actually something they talked about in the interview too, having to readjust some of the maps again because of the new and Sazabi sizes. So like the pipes in Port Base had to be raised, or like the bridge in City Ruins had to be adjusted and shit.
Oh, I'm dumb. I was just like Psycho Doga, and I'm like, wait, this looks like these. Oh wait,
It is.
Zero. Law.
Psycho Doga would probably be like a lower cost anyway. And I guess that's kind of the problem, right? Like a lot of this stuff, unless we start getting into MSV, is not going to be 700 by comparison. At the same time, I feel like if they're going to start trying to bump stuff up from 650 to 700 for the newer suits, they might as well do it for the Zago 3 custom. It's weird that they like kind of forewent that almost out of fear that it would be too busted, but
Right.
it's still, people are still trying to get in there with it anyways, so I don't know.
Why didn't it have a level 2 still? Rage. Gosh, that one kills me still thinking about that one.
So weird. It's weird to think about, considering the ones that they bumped anyway. It's such a weird odd man out now.
I will say the Gyaradoga Saikamu system S type. I don't know if we'd get that, but what's the difference between that and just the normal one? Oh, also,
Don't know.
by the way, has anybody played? I guess it's we've kind of already talked about it and kind of looked at what it already did. But did anybody play the new Go?
Yeah, I got it. It feels pretty good.
To me, it felt like a
It felt like a red blue, and not in a good way.
yeah, it just feels like a slightly better Go Marine. On the fact that you have a
The
It's
the
not a
alt
bad thing.
weapons
The
are
Marine sucks.
the alt weapons are kind of funny. It's the first suit that I've seen actually get the medium MG as another side gun. At least for the first time in a while, anyway.
I didn't even
yeah.
pay attention to that.
I just forgot that existed. When I
Yeah.
was looking at the loadout, I was like,
And
yeah,
of
I'm
course,
never
it's
gonna
got
use
the
that.
super slow Zaku MG with the grenade launcher. People are like, "Well, then you got two stuns, right? It'll be fine." It's like, I don't know, that one's cheap. Yeah, just use the BR. You'll be okay. The interesting thing is that it has that anti-jamming, so it seems like they want you to not only, pick on the support, but they want you to hunt certain like sneakier raids, I guess, even though it doesn't have anti-stealth, which is a weird omission at that cost.
But
But yeah, I mean the other thing that kind of kills me is that it only has regular combo controller. It still has a
oh yeah,
priority at least.
but it only has 2 hits.
So you gotta be a little careful if you're getting into prolonged scuffles. But other than that, like the half shield's okay. The movement on it isn't bad. You'll do alright. It's not as specialized as other things, but there's a certain utility to that in and of itself. I fucking just killed like an O that was on a sliver as a pilot.
The Go
If only I could.
right?
Mm-hmm. And thankfully, you can get it on the cheaper token pack for the special ones. But if you want those new Gundam fin funnels, you gotta pay like 80, 100 some odd dollars, ridiculous
Do
shit.
it. It's not
So,
worth it. Someone that has it now, it's not worth
I
it.
gotta say full blast that it's kind of shitty of them to not give us the shirt. We have to
I
pay for the
agree.
shirt. That's
Oh, for
goofy as
real
fuck since they
though.
didn't have to do it
Yeah.
last time. And the
Happy
fact that they gave
anniversary,
us
pay us.
pay us for the shirt that you got last time with the new number on it. Like, okay, thank you, thank you. That's my favorite.
I will say, is this like them testing out cosmetics as a pay thing? And
I mean, they
like,
already fucked it up already with
yeah,
the hair, and this is already a bad experiment if that's the case.
yeah. So it's just like, wait, this is a shirt.
Actually, again, if
Like,
they actually wanted to do that, then they should have had her give new hairstyles. Give that bitch something to do, because no one's gonna pay for those tickets otherwise.
please.
What was that, like $11 fucking just to get a hairstyle ticket? Like, I'm still sitting on my free one.
See, I've got the. Let me go ahead and look in the. For. Yeah, it's $11. What in the world? Why? With what's in there right now, that should be $1 at most. What is this? Wow, dude.
Fucking trash. I don't know. Maybe they'll introduce a bunch of stuff in the next weeks. Like that, you know what? That would be something that I wouldn't mind in the final weeks of the anniversary, is them just rounding out the other features.
Right?
And presenting new stuff. Or like trying to fix up the rotations maybe for simulation so that we're not sitting for a million years on the same prizes or whatever. And it just like cycles through more regularly.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, any other new things? Any other new ideas?
Nah, they gotta pay for those.
Iradoga heavy arm type. That looks cool.
That
Okay.
definitely screams. That sounds like a support
Yeah,
setup to me. Oh,
that's a big gun yoga.
My
Let's
support type
go.
set.
Mega
that's where my support
cannon.
site's at. I need you to let me bully you.
Gustav gets it.
Wait, the left arm was just replaced by a mega beam cannon. Okay.
This has a mega buster.
The left arm,
Oh
the
my god.
Gyaradoga heavy arm type, can be replaced by a powerful
Can
beam
be,
weapon
okay.
known as the Mega Beam Cannon. Yeah, sure. We never have as support players. We never have. It's actually what's in the picture there too. There's like
Because it's a replaceable part means they probably won't let you use it.
Oh my
Because it would change the body.
Yup.
Aw.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, we're support players. We don't use our like sidearm to do anything unless we have a shield. Not like it has a shield anyway.
Oh lord.
Wait, it would just not. It
Oh
would
wait,
just
no, it
be
does
that
have a
version, and you
shield.
would
Oh
never
my
have the other one.
gosh, it does. Wait, or is that a shoulder shield? Is that the shoulder shield? Please tell me that shield says shoulder shield. Forearm mounted shield
Special
as a
damage
standard.
buffer.
Oh, it does have a pair of 2-tube missile launchers on it, though. Oh no. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, then it won't have a shield, and then you just die faster. Oh, wait. Does its cannon thing have to be used with 2 hands? Oh man, that's probably gonna be the problem. That picture shows it using
Commit
it with
stance.
2 hands.
Yeah, commit stance for half a minute. Yay.
But yeah, it has a gun that's like on the top that somehow folds down, even though it looks like it folded up. Oh, okay, no, that's just the angle. But that could be cool. Obviously, the support new Gundam, the heavy weapon system. Let's go! That full armor new. Being heavy? Honestly, that just, like... Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's high cost, though. Other than, say, the new... Do you think there's anything raid-wise, though, Emblem, that would be... Like, I still feel like the Gyaradoga is even... or even, like, the Jagdoga would be...
Pretty low
more
cost.
of, 650.
Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna start running into. It's funny because we thought that for 650, they definitely found plenty for that. But I guess the question would become, because our 700 baselines came from CCA, which as far as we know, outside of maybe some further MSV stuff, is like as far as we're gonna go right now. Where are these other baseline 700s gonna come from? Or is it really just gonna be a bunch of 650s that buck up well at 700 for their level 2s?
Support will be the double fin funnel new.
No. Double fin funnel or the full armor. One of the two. No big deal. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the bulk of it, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can't think of anything in particular that would be like a raid over another thing. It's one of those cases where maybe they just fit it into the slot just because.
And this goes here. Why? Because it goes here.
But it's a high maneuverable suit. Yeah, it's a support.
Yeah. It'll be highly maneuverable once it hits his bioframe sensor mechanico.
Yeah, look at the Hama Hama. It's crazy maneuverable. Got all the boosters ever.
Why doesn't the Hama Hama have bonsai powers? That kind of makes me sad. Thinking about it.
Yep. Just as good as mine. They could put it on there now, please.
They should.
Sports can't have nice things.
Nope. they just get to play like generals sometimes when they're already at the brink of death.
Just one support gets that.
Yep. Hey, they do a support version of the new in some form or fashion. They'll at least have the regular psycho frame, right? It totally won't be a different version, right?
Right?
They'll put it on there, or it won't have it at all.
I was
Because
gonna
technically
say,
Armoro didn't pilot it or some shit, right?
have we already had this discussion before where it's like, yeah, the support version of that should have a it doesn't have a biosensor.
Oh no.
But for some reason
I mean,
the HML
we've
did.
already talked.
Hallelujah.
I know that it probably doesn't in canon or whatever for the Keyblade. Keyblade needs a pressure mode of some sort.
for sure.
It's
It's
kind of
on
gross.
power
I
or
don't really give a shit if it doesn't have a biosensor or something. Make something else up. Make it the ghost of Haman or like a Puru or something. I don't give a shit. Just give it an aura when it's getting low.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'd take that.
The motherfucker is just casually
Because they could just
not getting
rebuff it
stuff.
at this point. Give it that shoulder buffer again.
Like I was saying that it does work, and I won't take that back. But sometimes it does feel a little tough. Sometimes it feels a little rough being in 700 with this thing. Because I gotta do it consistently for Ginny, because I don't have a Toads or anything. It's just me and this thing. So yeah, I would say unnerf it. Just give it its shoulders back. I don't know, shit. Maybe even lessen the lockdown times or whatever if they do the actual pressure thing. Or let it the other cool thing, and I get that it's probably a physical limitation just because of the number of funnels it has. But letting it be able to use multiple versions of its locks in that mode would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it had to divvy up some of the funnels to do it.
And maybe we just pull up video game logic and it just uses
like literally just look at
right?
The fact that they've done counters and stuff based off of like anime animations and shit. It's like, if you're doing it for that, then just fuck the funnel capacity in the butt and just like do it how it does it in the show, and just like literally sitting there just like in a funky pose with a bunch of funnels coming out around it. Like it's doing it. Just let it be.
But yeah, anything that's native 700 though, I can't think of anything right now other than unless they just really push the stats of the Yagdoga.
I kind of doubt that they will. Maybe like one version. Like I feel like they still want to. It would make sense for them to do a dual banner, just like two different customs or whatever. Make one a raid and one a general or a support or whatever. Like Yunes or whatever could have like a charge attack or something wonky, and then the other one could just be bit support heavier, just like more range. Maybe it's stuff locks on faster, or just can do it at a further point, kind of like they did for the Keyblade and the Mark II or the MP.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anything else for the new suit stuff?
Nah.
Or any random new things in general?
I'm good.
Cool. Then do we want to do some shoutouts?
Okie dokie. So, Q7_13 X triple I on all social media, trying to do more battle operation stuff as well as continuing through Near Automata. Currently on the B route right now, trying to do a lot more side quests and shit to get those out of the way, at least on this one. And from there, honestly, there's a lot of games that we could do, but this one's gonna take so long that I'm not really worried about it. Like, depending on how quickly we get through some of the other endings, after we hit C, this might last us for a good while. We'll just have to see. But definitely SRW30 is going to be later on in the fall. Like, regardless of what else is happening, that's definitely going to be one. But we'll just have to see for the rest. Still trying to keep up the posts for our playthroughs on YouTube, as well as other content. So be on the lookout for that. Try to follow me on Twitter and all that too. And if you're looking for a clan, unfortunately right now GS3 is full. That's our competitive side, but GKN, which is our casual clan, is still looking for more people. If you're trying to get those bonuses and stuff, especially during the anniversary, be sure to look us up. It's capital G, lowercase k, capital N. I think we have like 3 or 4 more of those to go since we're kind of slow going. Hopefully we can round that out before the event's over. But that'll be all for me. What about you guys?
Yeah, and I am GamingEmblem. Been trying to play video games on the internet. Lots of battle operation bullying, and by that I mean like getting bullied, not dishing out bully, but just physical bodily in-game pain. At twitch.tv/GamingEmblem, where once again we have our SRW 30 giveaway going on. Everybody's welcome, no purchase necessary. You can enter by going to my channel and typing exclamation point giveaway and following the steps on the link that is provided. The drawing itself will be on August the 18th, right before the banner comes out. So if you like Super Robot Wars, or just want to give it a try and try it out, it's going to be the Steam version of the game, so you can play it on your PC and or Steam console, whatever it's called.
Not Steam Box anymore.
Yeah, Steam box console game device, not a Switch. Whatever you want to call it.
That Steam Deck. Yeah, okay. It just reminded me of the old Steam boxes they did.
Oh, right. But yeah, and I have a YouTube that you can check out when you enter the giveaway as well. But yeah, pretty good gaming.
Yeah, get that Switch.
Oh, and we have a clan too, I guess. Team Tri-Pants does clan matches, and we do look for new members. And Team No Pants, TN, capital T, lowercase n, capital P, is our more casual clan. Always looking for more people as well.
Cool. And as always, everybody's links and stuff will be down in the description below, as well as Emblem send me the link to the giveaway, and that should be there too. But yeah, I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got a Twitter, Discord, YouTube channel, and technically other social media that I need to still start using more.
Start being on the internet more, sir.
Yeah, social media learning problems. I don't know. Here's a good thing that I'm not good at doing this. But anyway, the gonna be playing some GBO2 and probably some Path of Exile. I'm gonna try out a new build, I think. I still need to be finishing my old shield spectral throw build, but I think I'm gonna try something else just because, just to level. And then pretty much continuing all the too many games, so many things, playing with all the frames that I have now at my disposal. Like, there's too much power here, but it feels good. Like, yeah, like the frames going from that to that is just ridiculous. I mean, literally, again, 50 to 70 frames, 324 with the same settings, just sitting idly in my hideout in PoE, so feels pretty good. But yeah, tons of games. Mech Warrior, Apex, Tarkov, even Monster Hunter World again. I've been wanting to check that out some now with all the frames. Yeah, just lots of games. Gonna be doing everything. But anyway, let us know in the comments below what you thought about what we talked about this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that. That'll be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later.
Have a good night.